Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
As always, this is just a conversation amongst brothers. So I'm going to get right off into it. All right, so we got our Umar updates that we do every week or whatever, and we follow Umar Johnson. If you don't know who Umar Johnson is, just look back throughout our episodes and listen back. You will hear everything you need to know to get caught up on who this guy is. So, as I am, I'm a very outspoken person, and I got questions. I come from a school of thought of I have been supporting this man and following this guy since like 2009, 2010. So I thought he was on some legit stuff. I found out about his schemes. I started finding out about him in 2014, but I ain't really get hip fully to him till the past maybe year and a half. Really hip to him since this COVID hit, and I done had time to like really just dig into the rabbit hole. So I asked a question on Twitter. I thought it was an honest question. It made sense to me. Instead of somebody coming back, having a normal conversation, retorting, even rebutting in a logical way, I got blocked. So the partners are now blocked from communicating with Dr. Umar on Twitter. But of course, there are other means of communication.
I'm so hurt.
Umar does a live. I go on the live. He's a very famous person gravesite. We're going to get to that later in the Umar recap. But I asked the same questions that I asked on Twitter. Where's the school? Why is he always asking for money? If he has collected this money, how come the school hasn't been here yet? One of his followers decided to come back and say, well, just give him, he coming out in the fall of 2021. Okay, gotcha. He's also supposed to be out in the fall of 2020, in the fall of 2019, and, summer of 2019. So I'm being confused. I brought that point back up. At this point, Umar's little buzzing beehive or whatever you want to call this little cult. We're going to get into that in a second. They decide to, begin normal retorts. Well, where is your school? Now, mind you, I have never claimed to want to open a school. That was not my calling in life. I am a podcaster along with my two brothers. I also, provide other content as in battle rap commentary, etc., etc. That is what I do. I do not claim to provide a school. I claim to provide content. You can see the fruits of my labor every week when you get on Spotify or any other of your major podcast streaming sites and listen to us talk. You can hear my content. You can see our clips on YouTube. You can literally see what I'm doing. I'm asking logical questions where his school is because that's what he claims he is doing. Not because what I'm claiming I'm doing, but because what he claims he is doing. So let me go ahead and address all of the Umar supporters that's going to come out.
We call them the Umartians.
And just talk nonsense. Their favorite retorts are as follows. Where's your school? I don't want to open a school. Umar said he's opening a school. He said he's going to open a school for years now, going on 10 years. I have not seen said school. Next, their next response is, you're a coon. I actually support the Black community, not only by supporting Black businesses, but I also help to guide Black children toward a better future. That is what I do. You're a hater. Actually, I used to support Umar. I've even donated way back in the day. I'm really upset. So I'm not a hater. I don't hate Umar, but I do got some legit questions about any Black man that's claiming to want to lead or teach Black young men and young kings. And he's out here acting the way Umar is. Yes, I am concerned and I do have questions. You never supported anyway. I just addressed that. Yes, I did. You're speaking against Umar for money. I have not and will probably never, ever make money off of anything related to Umar Johnson. However, I will keep speaking on him as long as I got a platform and feel like speaking on him. And if Jay Morrison act crazy a little more, I'm going to get on his head. And if somebody else coming to the Black community is trying to scam our people or trying to do something that's legit harming our people, yes, I'm going to speak on it. That's why I wanted a platform, so I can have a voice. So you speak on your opinion, I'm going to speak on mine. Next, they would just get into expletives and ad hominem attacks. And at that point, I have nothing to say to you. You can keep those attacks because I'm not going to respond to those because I feel like that's just, intellectually beneath what I'm coming out here to represent. Now, there's a larger question as to why his followers are so angry. And I feel like it's because they know that they've lost their money and time and they're embarrassed. And what it reminds me of is Scientology, the David Koresh movement, and these other formats that are cult-like. So I looked up, well, what is a cult? These are the top signs that you're in a cult, right? Now, when I read these, y'all just think about Umar and his followers and tell me if anything sounds familiar.
Umartians.
The leader is the ultimate authority. If you ask any Umar follower, Umar can't, he is, well, Umar said, well, he said, well, he it. Well, what do you think? Ultimate authority. Okay. The group suppresses skepticism. So anybody that asks a question, oh, no, don't ask no questions. No, don't. How you gonna question him? You must be a hater. You must be no, I just have a question. Okay, suppresses skepticism. Next, the group will delegitimize former members. If you look at anybody who has left the Umar groups, they immediately get attacked, they get slandered, they get called all of these names, even though just before that, they were the best guy ever when they were down with Umar. They were your brother, they were everything. Now they're the horrible person. Okay. Delegitimizes. Okay. The next one, the group is paranoid about the outside world. Every time I look, a Umar supporter is on YouTube or IG yelling and screaming about how everybody is coming at Umar. Not that Umar has done anything wrong, but that everybody just hates Umar and they're coming at him. And it's a conspiracy. Okay, paranoid. Next, group relies on shame cycles. If you watch Umar, he'll go from praising his supporters, and then he'll blame them. Oh, thank y'all for supporting FDMG. Then the next week, see, because y'all ain't sending me no money because y'all spending your money on grits, but you ain't sending me no money. Now, that's why we ain't got the school ready. Shame cycles. Okay. Next, the leader is above the law or above reproach. So Umar can't do no wrong. That's what you're telling me. There's no way that any of our questions can be actually legitimate. Every question we got is just crazy because Umar can't do no. Okay. Next, the group uses thought reform methods or indoctrination. The evidence of this is if you watch Umar's videos when he do them lives, when he's at the school, when he got the supporters out there with him, they all parrot the exact same thoughts and phrases when he put the camera on them. Like it's the same little talking points that he parrots every day on IG and YouTube. Okay, indoctrination. Next, the group is elitist, meaning they think that their way is the only way. So Umar's school is the only good thing for the thing. Anybody else's school is horrible. How dare they have a good school? Oh, Q Butter School is horrible. Lord Jamal's stepfather or godfather or whatever, his dad, his school ain't nothing.
Professor X school don't really have superpowers.
I mean,
I'm joking.
next, and this is one. Watch this one. There's no financial transparency. I ain't got to tell nobody about nothing. I'm transparent with my donors. Well, Umar, I've donated before. Can I know what's going on? Can you answer my question?
He's
not
transparent.
yelling, not sitting in your corner with your little flag on over your blinds that's broken and you yelling and screaming. I'm talking about just calmly having a conversation. Can you answer my question?
He's transparent
I donated
with donors that don't ask questions.
You feel me? Next, and the last one, group does secret rituals and rites. They be doing a lot of weird chanting and shit around them rocks up there.
He chants when he talks.
I'm just saying, at least 8 to 9 out of 10 of top signs that you're in a cult, his group fits. Now that leads me to open the floor up to just y'all thoughts about Umar and his people. But then also the larger conversation of like, why is society so obsessed with these cult-like followings? Like, you got Beyonce and the Beehive, you got Nicki Minaj with her group. Like, if you say anything about these people, it's like they hold them up like religious figures. Like, what the hell? Y'all got the floor.
Well,
no, I've been itching to say something since these Twitter comments after your comment, just because that's just my personality, and I just gotta. You feel me? It's my little brothers. To follow something means that you're willing to give your all to that, and you're willing to stand up on those beliefs. But in order to follow something wholeheartedly, you must wholeheartedly know about what you're following in to truly be a true follower of it. Now, from the research I've done, there's no Umar donor that truly knows everything that's going on, because there's nothing but questions that surrounds everything about the financial backing or the financial aspect of that. And that's the main questions. So if I'm not knowing everything, how can I be a true follower? Am I just somebody who wants to grasp onto something because I feel the need to be along? And in our society, that's a big thing that's wrong right now, because we have a lot of people who just want to feel like they belong to something. You have that gang culture, you have the cult culture, you have the people who follow celebrities to the point that they want to become part of that. And you have people who actually go to the lengths of getting plastic surgery to look like these celebrities. For what? For what? Is it that deep for you? Me personally, I don't see the connection. I outside of my friends and the groups that we form personally, I've never wanted to become a part of another group. You feel me? When we individually did the street stuff, whatever groups we joined, that was because those are the elements we was around then. It was, okay, that's the principles. And depending on where you was at, if you believed and truly understood the principles of that, you became that. I'll say it like that.
Yeah.
But to be a true follower of something I don't know of, how can I speak on that in defense of it? I don't know every aspect of it. In that I'm speaking, I may look like an ass, which most people do when they're defending this man. So me personally, I think they should just shut the hell up unless they have total proof, or just answer a simple question. That's
all I'm saying.
Is answer a simple question.
That's all I'm asking for.
I think we should start calling his followers like Umartians. I kept saying it over and over again, but it fits because it's Mar and then Martian and then and then them niggas crazy.
I appreciate y'all letting me get that off, but like, these fuckers. But that's the funny part, because now they don't know me. Like, I'm a Capricorn, so like once I get focused on something, like I can lock in and I can really be laser focused on that one thing. So now I'm on your head, buddy. I'm gonna keep on asking questions.
Exactly.
And if you block me on everything, guess what? Your dumbass followers keep putting you on YouTube. So I'm gonna still be able to follow the dumb shit you doing like I was doing before. And I'm gonna still be making videos, and I'm gonna still be talking about you on our podcast. and I'm gonna still be calling you out for your BS on Twitter and Instagram and whatever else I can find you at. I sure am. Until you just have a answer the
This is one
question.
thing. This is one thing about Umar is the observation, and this is a life observation. But over the years, I've grown, just things I've experienced. Anyone who has to keep constantly telling you they are something, really
Yo,
not that. You feel me?
you understand me?
If you were that much of a scholar that requested all this you're saying, you wouldn't have to keep reminding everybody of that. You wouldn't have to keep telling everybody this, because what is known is known. What is not known had to be presented over and over and over and over and over. No one has to tell you Michael Jackson was the king of pop. No one has to tell you that. It's known. No one has to tell you what a crackhead looked like. It's known.
Yeah.
No one has to tell me what a liar looks like, Umar. It's known.
Boy, I hit you with the Shakespeare.
And everybody knows the Padawan is great. I'm just
You feel me?
But everything he do is cult like. He talks in chants. He's always talking in chants. Donations, FDMG, like all hashtags. Like it's all, well, people join cults and things like that because humans are social creatures.
I give him one thing. One thing he does say is true. He has studied psychology, because in the essence of what he does is a psychological trick.
Yeah.
Because when you say things in repetition, subconsciously someone remembers that. So as you say, donation.
That's all they remember.
It's repetitive. It's conditioning your listeners to want to either go there and find out more information or go there and actually donate. You're conditioning people, and they don't realize it because they've not studied the things you study. But bingo, I'm not an ignorant person either. So I have that same background he has. I just didn't want to attain the same level of scholarship that you did.
Yo, that's why I always say he's like the perfect example of like what happens when potential is just lost. Like he got the rhetoric, like he got the oratory skills. If he could put shit together that can appeal to the masses. He got enough intelligence to like where like he know what he talking about on a lot of the ADHD stuff, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It's just, why do you do the other stuff? Like, if this is really what you're trying to do, why are you out here looking like this? Like it's like, to me, you're either purposefully now turned yourself into a content creator, and that's just what you're doing. Like, you're purposefully trying to like generate memes and go viral and that type of thing. And if that's what you're doing, cool. Like, just say that. Like, I'm a content creator. I get it. Like, you want to make content to entertain people and to speak to it. I got you. Do that. And even if you say that you're not trying to really build a school for real, you really just want to teach history on the online, but you needed a way to like subsidize your lifestyle. All right, tell me that. Cool. I'll rock with that. Because you're being honest. Like, give me the integrity part. But like when you said, I'm doing this, and then don't nothing add up to this. And then when people ask you questions, instead of you just answering them in a logical way and just giving the logical answer as to why this is not looking right, you either get angry and blame the supporters, get angry and blame the person asking the question, or like just run away from the question entirely. Like, it's retarded, man. I'm sorry, not that word. I'll cut that out.
My last analogy. My last analogy, then we can move on. To me, it seems like he's a retired pimp that done converted over to preaching, that can't stop flirting with the ladies in the front row because he still got that itch to go back to the street. You feel me? So stay in what lane you want to be in. You want to do the school? Do the school. You're constantly making content like you want to be in the lane that we trying to be in. We don't want to be in your
get your podcast on and just do the podcast. I ain't even mad at that. Like, I get that.
I just like direct answers. If you want to do something positive for the people, continue to do something positive for the people, but get people who have questions about your process. Simple questions. That's it. Simple questions. What's the money doing? Well, I'm allocated to this one right here just for you to know if you want to ask questions.
Like, that ain't even a crazy question to ask, because any other 501c3, you can do that and they have to show you their paperwork. Why is it that you feel like you don't have to do any of that? You don't have to show anything. What?
Why is it wrong for me to be skeptical? And in the history of the almost 40 years I've been alive, how many people have come into the black community and schemed and scammed out people and taken millions
Bruh,
from us?
from Malachi,
Am I wrong to be skeptical now? No,
like
I'm not
you
wrong
could
to
go
be
through the
skeptical.
years, bro.
I have all right to be skeptical. So
You
answer
feel
the
me?
question. Call me a hater, call me whatever you want, but don't say I never asked the question. Those who don't
all I'm
ask questions are doomed to go down the hole.
That's all
I don't go down the hole without trying to hold on to the edge, answering my question. That's it. One simple question. Where's the money allocated to that you collected from all the donations?
Bro.
And if the money is only for the school, why are you in the restaurant asking for a donation in the restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
And
for
the way
food?
you're doing it,
That ain't for
like if
school.
you was doing it
That
on
ain't
some
for
like
school.
humble, cool, but when you doing it like, oh man, Cash App must be broken. I know you're gonna send me something. Come on now, come on. Oh man, you ain't got but $1. Like how you gonna downplay $1? It's $1 toward what you got. That's one more dollar than you had. Put it with the other ones, and then you keep adding them up. Like the way he presents everything is what leads to the questions. And instead of him either changing the way he presents things or answering the questions, like if there's logical stuff behind it, people will ride with it. Excuse me.
Umar
got enough
reminds me.
supporters that people will ride with you, but come on, bro.
Umar reminds me of Trump whenever you ask him a question. Yeah, it reminds me just like Trump. Every time you want to give him an audit on what he's actually doing, he side rails, blame somebody else or whatever, or blame the people that's following him, his Umartians or whatnot.
Thank you.
But
what's going on, y'all? This is Face 1/3 of Podnas. Make sure y'all come to YouTube every Wednesday and check out our new episode of the Podnas podcast. Also, check us out online for our new apparel dropping every week. That'll be at teespring.com/stores/Podnas-closet-1. Once again, that's teespring.com/stores/Podnas, PODNAS-closet, CLOSET-1. We get at you.
Just updated on the store, we have mugs, hoodies, shirts, bags, kids' clothes, and face masks. Show you are down with the Pod Squad. Rep the Podnas by going to teespring.com/stores/Podnas-closet-1 to get all of our newest merch. And as always, follow our entire movement at thepodnas.com.
Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.